up, guys? Holding Alex with you here, bringing you Ssss Gridman review, episode 7. We have a lot to discuss in this anime right now. For one, it begins with Yuta trying to find a way to talk to Akami about, like he wants to confront her about, is it true what you're doing? Are you the one making the kaiju? But he's like, he can't find the right words or way to start off the conversation. And he tells his friends about what happened between him and that little girl from last week, but they just look at him like disgust that he's actually believing this far-fetched story from a kaiju little girl at that. So they just, they mock him, and it's kind of like a funny moment between them. Then you have the teacher come out saying, keep it quiet, I'm trying to teach. And they're like, sorry, then their bell rings and they have to go to class. But it was funny. And basically no one's believing them and stuff like that. And it gets weird because then after school, Ruka, Usami, and Yuta goes to the cafe that Ruka's mom owned where the computer's at. And they talking with the other 4 high school students there that are, the four weapons of Gridman. And they talking, and he's telling them the story, and everyone's looking at him like he's a liar. But the I believe his name is Jack, the guy with the beak mask. He tells them that he was actually following, and that he saw them talking, and that she is a kaiju that was hiding in that little girl farm, and everything she said was not true, but she did state what she stated to him. Now, was it true? We have to wait and see, but so far from his knowledge is yes. And they talking, and they basically kind of force him, saying, hey, tomorrow you have to ask. So he was like, fine, I'm gonna ask. So he gets home, and he's tired and he's nervous, and he's trying to find a way to bring up this conversation to her. The instant this man goes to his room, she's right there sitting on his bed, and I'm like, really? You've been trying to figure out a way to talk to her all day about this, and she's right there on your bed when you get home, waiting for you at that. And then it was like, how did you get in here? And he's looking around crazy like, how? And she's like, I'm thirsty. And he pulls out 2 glasses with a thing of tea, but she just took the thing of tea and she gulped it all down. And then she was like, she basically got to the point, she was like, yeah, I'm the one creating the kaijus, I'm basically God here, and stuff like that. And he was super shocked that she admitted it, but it happened. And he asked her why, and she basically was like, I want you to meet a friend, let's go out for dinner. So they went out for dinner, and at all places, she went to that girl, the soccer girl that got erased, that her father was a cook from the first episode, or I believe second, one of the two. They went there at all places. Now this was a setup, because that's one of the first people she killed in the first episode. Then in the second episode, we found out that's when, the family of that thought that she died years ago. Everything that was a lie. They were just false manipulation for the memories of this chick. But, Akon, excuse me, had played this little trick, and they went there and she ordered all this food. And then the friend who she wanted him to meet came, which is Alex. And he came in. That big alien had a dug under the door to come in. And it gets weirder because the guy serves him dumplings. And it was like, okay, yeah, here are dumplings. Left. It was like, but he's an alien. So, most likely they don't just temper with reality or the city, but they can also temper with people's minds. I guess at the same time. They are calling her a god, so, it would kind of make sense if in this universe she has those type of abilities. Especially if Alex is helping her, then hey. But basically when they're talking in the restaurant, Yuta's, thing starts to go off. And he's like, wait, there's a kaiju around. And Kami's like, no, I didn't make one. And Alex was like, yeah, we didn't make one. But you can always go outside and check. So that's what Yuta does. He goes outside, he checks, he finds one, he goes to run back to the shop to turn to Gridman to fight it. And Akami gets mad because she's like, why is there a kaiju here? And she gets upset when she turns around to talk to Alex. He's gone. And you see like an upset face on her. And then as you see in the thumbnail, we get this funny scene where like Gridman is fighting this thing, but he's destroying it over and over, but he just keeps regenerating. And they were like, let's send the fella out there to, you know, get the job done. And they all looking at the fella, and the fella is the pretty boy, the tall dude with the long black hair, the tall dude with short black hair, I mean. And everyone's looking at him, and he's just there drinking his tea like, huh? And the little blonde, the girl with the blonde hair, the little short girl, she was like, it's you idiot. So he goes in and he says his access code, and it's called Skyritter. And basically when he becomes this, he's a alien version of a jet plane. And when he fused with Ultraman and Gridman, he becomes Sky Gridman, which is awesome. And there was some Ultraman references in this episode too, forgot to mention. Even the Ultraman and the Gridman, I believe, are the same thing in the same universe, if I'm mistaken, or they tie with each other or something like that. I haven't like watched the series in forever, but I know they are tied in. But yeah, he destroys these things, and he finds out that all these things are actually puppets, and the real thing is in the sky, and he's fighting it. And that's when they discover that there's actually a city in the sky, a digital city, but a city. And they all got freaked out by it, but it happened. And they fighting against this robot, and when they're fighting against him, Auntie is also there, the boy with the white hair who could become a kaiju, the human half kaiju hybrid. He transforms by copying Gridman's new abilities and powers. And they fight in the sky, and we have this beautiful animation of them flying through the sky, cutting each other, bullets and everything, and beams. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Eventually Gridman is able to cut down the creature, the new alien that Atenna made, where his Skydriver was actually able to beat Atenna by himself, and they won the day. And we see Alex told Kakami, I guess you are the only one that can actually make good a kaiju. And she was like, yeah, you're right. And then he was like, can I punish Aten? And she's like, yeah, sure, and make sure no one ever enter my room again. Then we see, you know, Auntie, and he's hurt, but he's eating from a garbage can because, you know, he's not getting fed by his owner, so he has to fend for himself. And Alex approaches him, and he takes out his blade saw, and he has to, like, you know, hit Alex with it. And Alex just snapped it off his hand, grabbed it, and cut him face down. And actually made him bleed. So this is actually the first time we see him take actually damage. Because we know in his human form, he's very tanky. And we never seen him actually take damage. Not even from that long fall. But from Alex, using his own weapon against him, he took damage, so... That just goes to show you how powerful Alex is. That by even using his own weapon against him, he could be able to damage him. So, that was very intriguing as well. But, again, that was the end of the episode. I can't stress enough. I'm loving the art and animation for this, and I'm kind of upset because this is supposed to be only a 12-episode series. So we have 5 episodes left, and it's like, every week we have to count down, and it's like, it's bothering me because I'm really enjoying this. But, that's all I have, guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think is going to happen. Tell me what you think is outside the city. Do you think there's more cities? Or is this city the only city that exists on the planet and everything else is aliens? Or maybe they up in the sky hidden. Who knows? Manga readers, please no spoilers. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get notified of everything I post. Share with your family and friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.